Hello everyone, John Trigger 12 back here again with another video, and today is time to make a new video, a new type of video. I'm decided to start a new segment on my channel where I basically grab a specific comic book from my comic book collection. For those of you who don't know, I have a vast, humongous collection of comic books ranging from the Silver Age all the way to the modern age of comic books, ranging from Marvel, Dark Horse, DC, what have you, and I decided, well, why not just grab a random book and just review it, give my personal thoughts, because I believe that if you're going to be into comics and you want to personally get really deep in the movies that you personally like, whether it be Batman, Spider-Man, Captain America, what have you, you need to be in touch with the source material, which of course is the comic books. And I decided, well, why not just start a new segment and dedicate it to solely comic books, because I personally love comic books. But I decided to do older, just randomly pick them from my own collection, because personally it would be way too cost consuming to personally just go out into stores and consistently buy new upcoming weekly to monthly comic books, because I don't have the money for that, people. So, but personally, this is a new segment I've been doing because, as you all know, if you are a first timer to my channel or if you are a current subscriber, obviously I do reviews from movies, television shows, cartoons, anime, manga, various other types of things. And it's very time consuming, guys. You know, it's not in the sense that it's like very difficult for me to make these videos. It's just that it's time consuming in the sense that there's humongous time gaps in between stuff I like to review, things that I've already reviewed, and of course personal thoughts on upcoming news on projects. So of course it's very time consuming. So to fill in the gaps, so to speak, of those time consuming gaps or what have you, those time gaps, I decided just to start this new segment like my top 5, John Trigger 12's top 5 picks, and just give you my comic book reviews. But like I always said, I'll just grab randomly a comic book from my collection and just review it. Today, the first book I picked out is Frank Miller's Batman Year One, the graphic novel. Of course, Batman has a humongous history ranging from, of course, when Bob Kane created him, all the way to Neil Adams and Daniel O'Neill's work with him, to today, where Scott Snyder's making some of the best books in the New 52. And of course, no one better to review than Frank Miller. Frank Miller is a god amongst comic book fans. Of course, he's just awesome creator of comic books. He knows Batman inside and out. He definitely has made the two biggest pieces in all Batman history, which is of course Dark Knight Returns and this book right now, Batman Year One. Of course, people may not fully like Frank Miller's work with Batman and his Dark Knight storyline. For instance, like The Dark Knight Strikes Again, and of course the Batman and Robin series that he did with Jim Lee. So of course there's a lot of hate towards Frank for some of the Batman pieces that he's done. Once again, not all comic books are masterpieces, but personally, Batman Year One is Frank Miller's Batman Year One. Of course, Frank Miller didn't technically do exactly as much as he did with Dark Knight Returns. He only wrote this book, but personally, when you read this for the first time and check it out, it feels like he did. You know, the artwork is so close to his, style. It just definitely feels, especially the painting, the colors, the great sketchings, the drafts of every piece just is so amazing. It's just crazy. Obviously, if you've not read this book, the storyline is this. Essentially, Bruce Wayne comes back from years of training across the planet, and of course has come to justify his actions with becoming a symbol of peace and justice with Gotham City, and is trying to becoming the overall protector of Gotham City. Simultaneously, the arrival of the new Lieutenant James Gordon, who is also trying to prove himself amongst the ranks of Gotham PD. And of course, it just follows their parallel storylines, where, in the sense that Bruce Wayne is trying to get engulfed into the world of Gotham City and what it's become, and of course the mob scene, and of course establish himself as a hero instead of vigilante. And of course, James Gordon is pressured with his new job, of course, with the marriage problems that he has with his wife, of course his new pregnant wife, and of course just dealing with the constant harassment from his coworkers, and just various other things. One of the biggest things as to why I love Frank Miller's Batman Year One is just how crazy everything gets for these characters. When you think of how it must have been like for Batman to on his first job, it would be so amazing to see that. When you read this book, it is that, but it's also gruesome. I mean, Batman gets beat to shit. He gets shot at, stabbed, beat like crazy. It's amazing how Bruce Wayne / Batman could ever survive Frank Miller's stories, because he just goes through so much shit. It's insane. And the same thing goes for James Gordon. James Gordon is definitely going through the ringer. He's getting beat by bats. He's getting beat up by his coworkers. He's getting screwed over by the mob. He gets his wife threatened every almost page. And, he's just trying to balance the whole act with, of course, his family life, his sex life, and of course his goal, which is to stop the Batman, the new and improved Batman. So of course this book is just ranging from just consistent storylines, and everything's just great. I just love it. The artwork is great, the color is great, the writing's great. Batman Year One is a justified pick for any comic book fan. I personally find any person who passes this by and does not think, oh, well, maybe this is like a whatever read. No, you gotta fucking go into a comic book store and find Batman Year One. I don't care how long it takes or how much money it pays. You need to freaking get Batman Year One. Batman Year One is justifiably on the top 5 of best Batman reads. It has to. Just Batman Year One is just amazing. I personally, if I had to give you some personal reads that I personally love, I know I keep saying that word, but I like Batman's First Night. I also like Lieutenant getting bashed, Lieutenant James Gordon. I also like the ending where, of course, James Gordon is talking about the Joker, and of course, Batman comes in a humongous great panel. And also, I really like the climax scene, minus that one, which is, of course, the scene where James Gordon and Bruce Wayne are falling, and of course his baby son is also falling to his death, and of course Bruce Wayne captures him, and you really get that feeling that this is Batman. Everybody knows this is Batman, but James Gordon has the perfect opportunity to arrest the Batman, but he doesn't, because he believes that this man is obviously here to stay, but he's obviously not the bad guy. And I really like that. I think if you don't really care about comic books, or you don't really want to read the whole book to really get the gist of what Batman Year One is, that's basically it. That whole sequence where Bruce Wayne and James Gordon are discussing that whole situation definitely is just a good representation of the book. It's just, their dynamic together, and how that goes from this to all the years of work they would go to with, of course, him becoming a commissioner, and obviously Bruce being Batman. So personally, Batman Year One is a great book. I'm not going to give this a rating. For this segment, I'm not going to be doing any ratings, but personally, it's an A+ in my book. I personally believe it to be one of the best Batman pieces. Of course, it's been the main source of inspiration for not only various other parts of Batman media, but of course the Batman franchise, specifically the Chris Nolan Dark Knight trilogy. So of course, if you love those movies and love Batman, definitely go into your comic book store and pick up Frank Miller's Batman Year One. It's definitely a great read. And that's going to be it for this new segment for John Tricker 12's comic book reads. I don't even know if that's going to be the official title. I don't know. I got to think about it. What could be a good title for this segment? I have John Tricker 12's top 5 picks. What is this one? I said comic book reads, but I didn't really read anything. I just told you basically the whole story like a douche. I don't really know. Support comic books, kids. Gotta support comic books. You like Superman? Go to a store and look up the new 52 of Superman. You're gonna love it. But that's gonna be it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and definitely next week I'll be pulling out another random comic book from whatever age, whatever brand, whatever character, and giving you my overall thoughts. And hopefully you guys are inspired to check out those books, those storylines, those great stories. And that's going to be it. Hope you guys enjoyed.